Hello, Scoobies, and how are you all doing? I hope you're doing more fantastically fabulous these days. Right? I just hope you're doing all of the fabulousness. So we have these red candles, so I move the camera up a bit so you get to see at least one of the red candles. And these candles are for the Morrigan, right? Right now we have a series at the time of this recording running at the exact same time as this little reconnection type series, and we're just also gonna light our little, this is a protection candle that I made myself using wax that you could buy at Michael's. And you know, I just put in some protective based herbs and I light it, and I've got my crystals around and all of that fun stuff. But in our series of reconnection, we are going to reconnect with the Morrigan through an incense that we're going to make for her as an offering, which is why we have lit both of her red candles, okay? So I've also bought some other candles because in the last episode of the series coming up after this one, we are going to be working with a new Demon King. That's going to be interesting. The last Demon King that I worked with was not pleasant. Demon Kings generally are not pleasant beings to work with, and you don't generally just call upon them out of, you know, just random curiosity. If you're interested in learning more about that, the Dancing with Demons series that's directly after Goddess will answer those questions for you, okay? So we've got our candles burning. This sage has seen better days. Every Thursday, I know I'm going on tangents, just give me a minute. Every Thursday when I clean my house, before I vacuum, I sage. We did that as a journey. Find that video. If I find it, I'll link it. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna make an incense for her. So we don't need both cauldrons, we just need our usual incense-y cauldron, right? Just gonna light this bowl. I know some people, when they record videos of making incense, they're all like, I like to light the coal beforehand and get everything prepared. And I'm just like, get a torch. It looks cool, trust me. So this incense is, so let me just kind of back up for a second. So we've never lost contact with Morrigan. The Morrigan is one of those goddesses that, she's like that wrecking ball, you know? Like it just swings in, destroys half your living room, says hello, has dinner, and then swings right back out. Right? And it's like, oh, okay, I'll just put my life back together now. And I've been going through a lot of transformation and changes and death tarot cards and Tower tarot cards, and I think that's where a lot of my self-doubt and self-pity has come from, right? So, and we've not lost contact with her. It's not like she just leaves. The Morrigan, for you clingy baby witches who may not understand, the Morrigan is not a goddess that will hold your hand, right? Like, she's not going to sit on your altar and be like, I love you, you're doing everything fantastic, you couldn't do anything wrong. And I apologize if you can hear music, it's coming from downstairs. I have very rude neighbors. Oh great, we get to listen to his blaring TV now. Anyways, right, maybe I should work with this new Demon King on getting rid of him. I have tried every spell in the book to get rid of him. Every spell in the book that I know, every spell that I have, and I've come close so many times, but it's like it just fails. Anyways, so the Morrigan is not a goddess that's going to sit there and hold your hand and guide you through life. She is very much, like I said, she's like a wrecking ball, right? She comes in, destroys things, she terrifies you, she teaches you new things, and then she leaves you to pick up the pieces. And all of this change in my life has just made me very, I I don't know, but we're going through change together. So I'm putting in some roses in here because roses are sweet and of nature and of earth and of love and of passion and of femininity and all of that fun stuff. We're gonna put in some lavender because lavender is delicate. I mean, we're trying to pamper the woman here. We're not trying to be like, you're fierce and a goddess. We're trying to be like, you're a goddess, but you're sensual, right? So we're trying to play off of that by making an incense that smells nice and is attractive and one that you would want to burn. But we're also going to add in some cedar. Now, if you don't have cedar or you can't get your hands on cedar, and we're using white cedar here, you could use juniper leaves. But it's gotta be one of the two. And I'm not saying that because if it's not one of the two, she'll get mad or anything. It's just, she is a nature. She is a Celtic. She is powerful. She is cleansing. And then what you want is some juniper berries. Now, if you've already put in juniper, then you could substitute out juniper berries for osha root or frankincense or patchouli. Something very grounding. And I'm gonna crush this off of the table because it's glass, remember that? So, but the Morrigan is, I don't know, there's debate in the community about working with her as a new witch. Why am I talking about the Morrigan when I have an entire series that is dedicated to talking about the Morrigan? Whatever. She's not, like I said, she doesn't hold your hand. She's not that goddess. She's not your trendy thing that you can just call upon and dispose of. And this rumor that she has to come to you, that you can't go to her, is false. Okay, because I went to her. This smells so nice. I wish you could smell it. Oh my god. The lavender, the cedar, all of it. It smells amazing. So we're gonna burn some for her as an offering. And we don't need to burn a lot. A little will go a long way. Now, what you can do is you can use the incense smoke and just kind of enchant the incense smoke and just ask her to be present in the incense smoke, and then just like watch the incense smoke. Watch for subtleties, the way that it burns, the way that it moves, right? And if you're in a room, try to close all your windows and all that because you don't want a breeze, right? Like you don't want a breeze blowing this. That's why I said don't burn a lot, because a little will go a long way. All you need is some smoke coming off of it. Right? And a little bit here is probably going to get you a good 10-15 minute conversation with her, and it's not like you guys are sitting down to have coffee, right? Like, let's be real here. So this is just a way to honor her and give thanks. And I'm just kind of moving the incense smoke over the candles, over the protection candle, over her other red candle. Right, and we're just honoring her, and we're just thanking her. I have a whole video on this, which I think it already launched, but I don't think a lot of people saw it. So, but this is just another way to say thank you, right? Like, thank you for uprooting my life, thank you for destroying it, but also making it better. Right, like these entities don't just come into your life and they're like, we're just gonna wreck your life, like we're just gonna destroy everything because we find it hilarious. If the Morrigan is just randomly coming into your life and she's like, I'm going to bring a lot of change, I'm going to bring a lot of just just a lot of messiness to your world right now, there's a reason she's doing it. And I've seen some of my friends go through it, the ones that either work with or have worked with or had experiences with the Morrigan, where they don't understand what's going on. They don't, like, it's hard to explain until you're in that moment. Like, your desperation for anything in that moment is intense, and you're angry and you're sad and you're miserable and you're pathetic and you're just like raging, and all of the while behind the scenes the Morrigan is just like reforging your life, right? Like, she just comes in with a katana and slashes your entire life in half, and you don't realize that it's happening until you hit rock bottom. And then she guides you. And she guides you in ways that are personal to everybody or anybody who works with her, and she guides you in ways that still gives you the freedom to say, I want to do this instead of that. I mean, she's very blunt about, if you do that, well, good luck. Have a nice one. Right? So we're just sitting here and we're just enjoying the smell of this incense and the presence of the Morrigan, and this is all a part of the reconnection phase, right? Like, we've reconnected with the spirits. We asked Boone and Clonic for help to protect what's mine, what I have worked too hard for, too long and too hard for. Stable, secure job. And I know it's not my destiny to fail. I know it's not my destiny to lose this job. We just keep telling ourselves that over and over and over again. And now we just have to reconnect with the old hag. You know what I find really interesting is that goddesses and gods are these entities in which everybody has a different relationship with and worships differently and sets up altars for or doesn't set up altars for differently. The Morrigan is different for me than she is for other people. And that's fascinating because when you look at the Christian God is the same for everybody. An omnipotent being who you either listen to and bow down to, or you go to hell. And it's fascinating because with pagan gods we don't have that, right? Like, there's no one set way to worship the Morrigan as there is one set way to worship the Christian God, right? It's interesting to me. It's really fascinating. Anywho, so you can do this for as long as you want, just being in her presence, watching the incense smoke, playing with the incense smoke, just kind of being here, right? Like, this is one of those simplistic ways to give thanks, is to just be at your altar. Just light some candles, light some incense, and just be. You don't have to do anything. Like, I'm not manifesting any energy or manipulating any energy here. I'm just playing with the incense smoke and chatting with you people, right? So anywho, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next and final episode, where we work with a brand new Demon King to get exactly what I want. Because that's what life is about. Getting exactly what you want. But in this case, it's not materialistic. So until next time, my fabulous tubies.